the basis suggested in the tax audit framework. Now the next is engagement letter. It's an agreement or contract between FBR and the tax auditor. But the model document provided in the tax audit framework also provides for that it will be signed by the taxpayer as well. So in that sense, if the taxpayer also becomes a party to this, becomes a tripartite agreement. Then the tax audit engagement letter contains scope. It defines that what should be the scope of the tax audit and also what will be the deliverables. The sample audit report has been provided on the report on the tax statement. The engagement letter also provides that what are the objectives of the tax audit, and this model documents also explains what are the responsibilities of the taxpayers management, and the representation letter from taxpayers management that is also provided in that will be obtained. But there are certain exclusions that what will not be covered in tax audit is identification of weaknesses in the internal control. The tax auditor is not supposed to work on this area or identify the weaknesses. Then items of possible interest to a third party. It is since an agreement between the tax auditor and FBR. So if as a result of this exercise, any item or any issue crops up, the third party cannot take a benefit of that report. It is limited to the use and benefit of the parties to the agreement, and that is FBR and tax auditor and the taxpayer. Of course, both parties agree that they will observe complete confidentiality of the information that comes to their knowledge in the tax audit process. Then retention of working paper have been prescribed for 5 years. Here is a point, I think when we discuss with the panel of experts, that 5 years start from when? From the tax year, from the date of the tax audit, or how this limitation will be worked out. Then if FBR or the commissioner at all requests the tax auditor to perform any other service other than the scope of the tax audit under the tax audit framework, then that will be a separate engagement and must be a separate engagement letter for that. It cannot be covered under the engagement letter as prescribed or suggested under tax audit framework. Then the engagement letter, of course, also contains a bullet point that what will be the fee for this engagement. Now, I have been quoted one example that one commissioner suggested that let's put the fee as per tax audit framework, but that should not be open-ended. The fee may differ from client to client, to taxpayer to taxpayer. So the amount of fee has to be agreed and entered in the engagement letter. Cannot be said that as per a tax audit framework, because it's an open-end situation. Now, what will be the process of tax audit? I'll run through briefly on that. First stage, of course, is planning and risk evaluation. Tax auditor or commissioner, दोनों इसमें involved होंगे, and they'll consider the facts of the taxpayer and then identify the areas of risks to be focused on. उसमें they will consider past history or record of the taxpayer, financial statements or any other information available with the tax department or that has been filed along with the tax return, or payment of taxes including advance taxes, to just look at the trends, that how the taxpayer has paid its tax liability, and then any other information that is available with the tax department. So these points or items will be considered and the planning and risk evaluation will be carried out. Then documentation. The tax auditor will document key risk areas and salient features of the discussions in the pre-audit meeting. Then pre-audit meeting, participation by tax auditor, taxpayer, and of course tax official, as I said before. So this is the part of the process. And audit plan. Tax auditor, in consultation with the commissioner, will work out a tax audit plan for each tax auditee. And then they will consider statement of additional information. What further information is required to be obtained from the taxpayer to complete the tax audit exercise. And model is provided in the tax audit framework of the additional information for manufacturing sector, service sector, banking sector, insurance sector, and oil and gas sector. So, but these model document can be used for any other, type of the taxpayer or the segment of the taxpayer, which is not specifically provided in this tax audit framework. Similar models have been provided for the information to be asked in respect of sales tax and federal excise duty, because it's a composite audit. It's not only the audit of the income tax. It's the audit of income tax, sales tax, and federal excise duty. Then statement of additional information to include taxpayers' information, about taxpayers' information, general information about the taxpayer, accounting policies and methodologies, information relating to the profit and loss account, information relating to the balance sheet items, trends, ratios, and analysis, related party transactions, non-recurring transactions, reconciliation with the tax return filed by the taxpayer, different reconciliations. For example, items claimed in the profit and loss account and the balance sheet. Then further, audit plan. The auditor will design the procedures and develop materiality level, and also agreement of audit plan with the commissioner. Then execution of audit will start. Assesses core areas, transactions, obtain substantive audit evidences for the transactions the auditor has selected for examination. Then review the subsequent events where relevant, and then findings and conclusions and reporting. For this, conformity of the contents of return with the provision of law, the tax auditor will look at. Errors, omissions, misstatements, or concealments detected and their tax implications. Then appropriateness of evidence is obtained during that the auditor has to examine, and preparation and submission of draft audit report, and then the discussion with the commissioner, and then final report or revision of the final report or submission of the final report. So this is how the deliverables will complete. Now, what the tax auditor will express upon the auditor's report is also a suggested format given in the tax audit framework. Now, the tax auditor will express whether the income tax returns, sales tax returns, cum federal excise duty, is in agreement with the details provided in the statement of additional information or not. This is the additional information which the tax auditor has obtained during the process after the pre-audit meeting with the commissioner. Then, whether the statement of additional information contains information as is required under the tax audit framework. Then, whether the information contained